Hi Libra, welcome to your reading for Capricorn season. We're going to do a variety of readings today. We're going to mix it up because I love variety. And we're going to see what you need to focus on. Okay, Capricorn season is all about hard work and dedication and earning the rewards. Okay, it's having pride and slowing down a little bit and, really observing and strategizing a plan that works rather than just kind of jumping into something and worrying about it later. Yeah, we're going to be dealing with different approaches to things. So, welcome to the Witch Switch, where we switch off everyday normal life and switch on to the witchery. If you're new, welcome. If you're joining me again, welcome back. This is a good time. This kind of sets the tone as to what we want to do and inspire to for the new year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out some oracle cards, and then I'm going to shuffle the Poppy Palin deck. That one gives a little more detail into the imagery of what the traditional cards are about. So I love adding that to the spread here. All right. And then we'll just get into it. And then, also I will be taking out cards from the traditional deck right here once we are done. So the first row is going to be how people perceive you. It's the external influence. The middle is internal, how you perceive yourself. And the last row is what you need to focus on for the month, okay? What you should dedicate your time and attention to. All right. All right, one more shuffle and then pull out the cards. Well, that one came out. We got one here. We got another here. And we got one more here. All right, Libra. Let's see what January has in store for you. So don't mind the messiness here. Okay. Externally, new beginnings. 4 of Wands. Now, some of you can have new beginnings in terms of engagements, in terms of meeting someone new, family. Some of you may be welcoming a new child, or there's a new child coming into the family. All right. Could be moving. It could be career, whatever that means. There's a lot of engagement with other people. There's a lot of partnerships, things that you find value in. All right. So there are a lot of new connections are coming in. If not for Capricorn season, you will see spread throughout the year. Okay. Internally, protection and the High Priestess. Now, Libra, some of you have very intuitive psychic abilities. You could have some Sagittarius placements. You can have some water sign placements. I mean, it could be any placement you may have, but there's a certain aspect of your life where you are very fortunate and you're very guided and protected. It could be within your connections. It could be that the people that you meet provide some sort of value and protection that helps you in life, that guides you in the right direction in life. Okay, so we want to be really optimistic with the external influences around us, even the ones that probably don't provide any kind of benefit, luck, or good intention. We should see those as a lesson and an opportunity. Sometimes people come into our lives to show us who not to be rather than who to become. So it's finding value in every connection that we have with everyone. They provide a lesson that is meant for our higher purpose. Okay. And it also, again, adds protection as to where you should go and what path you should follow. Always trust your intuition. Okay. If something feels off, it's off. If you feel untrusting of the people around you, it's for a reason. Okay. Never shy away from new opportunities and new beginnings, even if that means endings. When one door closes, another one is open for us to walk through. All right. So this is really good because I feel like your external influences and how you perceive yourself kind of are in relation, which makes sense because you are the sign of partnership. So other people's happiness also brings happiness into you. So just know that the influences of the people around you also influence how you feel about yourself. So that's something to keep very weary of and to have some self-awareness around, because if you feel bad, it's most likely not you, it's the people around you. Okay? Now let's see what you need to focus on. We have trust and we have the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands, excuse me, Eight of Wands. Hold on. I'm trying to remember what the Eight of Wands is. Eight of Wands is messages, okay? Whatever news or message you get, you need to trust what is given to you. Even if it's direction, someone giving you advice on something to take, trust the process. Even if you either find holes in it, I'm not saying to trust it entirely, but to probably keep it into consideration because it may serve you much later. Sometimes the messages or the news that we get doesn't really hit us until later on, or they don't serve value to us until we are in a circumstance, all right, where we're like, aha, you know what, I'm going to do this because someone told me in this situation, they went through this and this is what they did. So even if it's far-fetched, even if it's way beyond what we find to be and conclusive, trust the process of the signs and the messages you're getting, whether it's from someone actually giving you some detail or synchronicities. We should really pay attention to the signs around us. We should also pay attention to the energies of those around us as well. Like I said, you're very susceptible to the influences of others. All right. So we also want to discern hidden cues. We want to discern micro expressions, body language. Like we want to be able to trust ourselves to guide us into the right path, into the right door with people who want to be celebratory with us, people who want to engage and collaborate with us. That's very important for you, Libra. You're opposite of your sister sign Aries for a reason. Not that you can't do things alone, but you prefer to have company. You prefer to have a group. You prefer to have someone at your side. And again, that's okay. Here's the High Priestess again. How you feel, how you perceive things are very important. But we also don't want to rely and depend on other people at the same time. Okay, I find that to be something I should tell you. It's okay to have moments of solitude. It's okay to be able to carry out things alone. Your tribe will find you. But again, the influences around you, you need to discern who's there for you, who isn't. It doesn't mean you have to engage with them. Try to see people for what they bring. Is this someone you would want to trade lives with? If not, don't engage with them entirely and kind of see what to do so you don't become the people that you don't want to become. So I don't know if it's like counterintuitive or if you get what I'm saying, but sometimes a little bit of solitude does help recharge your energy and to clear your space so you could be able to discern and see things much clearly. That's what the Eight of Wands is indicating here. The messages that you get is not so much vocal or anything written, but it's also influential. It's also how people perceive themselves, okay? Now, there is something that you're also manifesting in the process. And I think for some of you are in a position where you kind of want to, like Capricorn, be very steady, climb the mountain, right? And Capricorn and Aries in that way are very similar. They don't mind, loneliness is at the top. They want to reach the top. They understand this logic. For some of you may be ready to fulfill a journey where you decide that you want to step in and fulfill your dreams, your goal, desires. Instead of helping others pursue them, you just want to focus on pursuing what you want, which is a great thing. But I think you've all, the harsh lesson that came with this realization was realizing how dependent you are on needing other people around. So there is a road that you're taking that, again, there's a lot of solitude in, but as I said, it's lonely at the top. You're okay with reaching higher heights. And I think that's great, Libra. I really do. This is a very bold move that you're making. So this new beginning that you have may start off in solitude, but you're going to gravitate the people that are meant for you in your life. And that's a great thing. You're actually stepping outside of your comfort zone into what you're familiar with and reaching higher heights and, finding new people, places, and experiences in the process. You just got to trust it a little bit more. There's a lack of trust here, okay? Because you're not used to this. You're not used to pursuing things on your own. It's very different. I feel like 2026 is going to be very motivational, influential. Okay, you're going to be experiencing things you've never experienced before, but all in a positive way, depending on how you see it too. All right, so like I said, we're breaking the barriers of what we're used to and the connections that we've basically forced ourselves to fit in. And even in institutions, we felt that we're the ones that we should pursue: marriage, business partnerships. There's a collaboration that you've always been dependent on. All right. And I guess you always felt that you were the one that could kind of steer the way and be in charge and be very diplomatic and kind of help people find their way. But it never really worked out for you, did it? Because although you're dedicated to helping those that you care about and love, that doesn't mean that your dedication and your pursuits go noticed all the time. People are always going to notice what they want to notice, and they're always going to pursue what they want to pursue. And you've come to that harsh realization that no matter what you do, people are going to do what they want to do. So there is no leveling out and control when it comes to the actions of others. You see that? You know it. And you've let it go. You've let go of this constant need to always fulfill a certain desire and an expectation that you've always had for yourself ever since you were young. It could be living a life where you found that things should be this way. You should be married at a certain age. You should have a family at a certain age. You have aspirations for the life that you want for yourself and the people in it. But it didn't work out that way. And like I said, you're needing to climb this mountain alone. Take advice and inspiration from your fellow sister sign Aries. If you have Aries around you, ask them how they do it. You'll find that you two are very similar. You just decide to approach things differently. Just be a little different. Be a little creative. Think outside the box. You'll find that the road is actually not as bad and pretty sunny. It's not as dark as you think it is. See, with the card of trust here, it's needing to have trust in the process, but also having fear of the unknown, of the darkness around you. But I'm telling you, there is no need to be fearful of the dark because you are very guided and protected. Your subconscious even helps you out of situations where you find yourself in trouble. If not, you do have connections that can bring you out of trouble or provide some sort of guidance. So those connections absolutely keep, they'll come with you, but those that don't serve you, that you feel like you have to manage, that you feel like you have to look out for all the time, that you feel that you have to displace your needs and your satisfaction for them, those are the people you get rid of. It's dead weight. There's no controlling, there's no alchemizing in a place that is just rigid, where soil is completely dried and there's no water. You want to go where it's completely balanced. See, in the star card, she has one foot in earth and one in water. You need that balance and receptivity. So all your expectations, everything that you've aspired and wanted ever since you were young, you need an update. That's just not the life trajectory for you anymore. There's actually something much more bigger out there for you. There's something that provides more love and stability and romance and just pleasure. But you got to climb the top. That's where you're going to find your tribe. So don't fear the solitude that you're experiencing right now. Don't fear the solitude that you want to get into right now. If you feel like you just have had enough and you want to distance yourself, that's okay. You need that because you're very empathic. So the energies and the attitudes and the influences of others really do influence how you feel about yourself. So you have to take care of that aspect of yourself. You have to, recharge, regroup, refresh. Get yourself out of this space of misery or this expectation that your life is supposed to be one way. It's not. Life is not like that. What we think we know isn't necessarily what we know. So you got to trust it a little bit more. All right? If you're feeling a sense of loneliness, that's okay. You're meant for it right now. Remember, hard work, dedication. This is not the time for you to be bringing on everyone else and taking care of them. This season is about what you're, aspiring to, your needs, your desires, and also getting better when it comes to your finances and your resources. All of the Pentacle cards are in reverse, and that's because you have a sense of codependence on other people, and you have an expectation that you put on others that clearly fail you all the time, and it's time to get yourself out of it. It's time to rise above it. Stop having expectations of others. Just because you go above and beyond for other people doesn't mean you're going to get that in return. You're only going to hurt yourself. So stop. Let go. Do things on your own. If people don't want to collaborate with you, people don't want to take heed to your advice, if people just are not interested in the things that you're interested, cool, fine. You could do all those things by yourself. You don't need anyone to live life. You do not. You know this, but it's an act of bravery that you need to aspire to. All right. Again, if you have Aries friends, look into them to kind of help you formulate this road of independence. Okay, because you're capable of being independent, but you're also very capable of depending on others. But we want to depend on people that provide happiness, joy, stability, pleasure, and someone who sees things the same way you do, Libra. That's what you want. You want a partner in crime. You and Geminis are the same in that regard. Okay, you are the god and goddess of love. You need that, but you also need to love yourself in order for you to attract the right people to love you. You understand? So have better judgment and discernment. All right? And everything will work out. This new beginning is there for you. You just got to trust the process and know that things will work out. Once you're able to really let go and have that sort of faith and gratitude, you'll see things little by little will start to change. But you also have to trust the messages that you see, the results of that. You got to trust it. Okay, once you put in the work, try to have a little more self-awareness of the changes around you. You'll see they're actually more positive than they are negative. But you got to find the silver lining. All right, Libra, this is all good stuff. This is really good stuff. Like, I love this for you guys because a lot of times I feel like your readings are a lot about other people. And this time you're taking a step onto your own path and just fulfilling your own goals and desires. And the road and the path is very sunny here. You will reach the top of the mountain. Promise you. All right, Libra, let me know in the comments if you want a personal reading. My website's below, thewitchswitch.com. If you're living in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, I do in-person events. Follow me on Instagram. That's where I post all of my events for the year. And you can meet with me. We could do a personal together. All right. Look forward to reading for Aquarius season. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Libra.